What's the dumbest law you've ever heard? What if I told you that in Alabama, it's actually illegal to drive blindfolded? And no, we're not making this up. Sounds ridiculous, right? But behind this strange law lies a fascinating story involving public safety, viral internet challenges, and America's obsession with personal freedom versus common sense. Stick around. We're about to go deep into one of the weirdest laws in the US and discover the real reason it exists. Let's get this out of the way. Alabama doesn't have a law that literally says no blindfolds while driving, but under Alabama's Code of Laws, Section 32-5A-190, blindfolded driving is prosecuted as reckless driving and public endangerment. But the reason people remember this law is because it's often quoted in lists of bizarre state laws, sometimes even taught in law school as an example of how specific legislation can get. So why do people talk about it like it's its own unique law? Because it's been repeated across so many pop culture articles, bar trivia nights, and viral TikToks that it's now part of Alabama folklore. So where did this law come from? Legal historians suggest it likely emerged in the 1970s or 80s, possibly in response to car stunts or reckless daredevil challenges. At that time, America saw a boom in do-it-for-the-thrill behavior, from joyrides to drag races. Imagine two friends drinking and daring each other. Bet you can't drive home blindfolded. Boom. Law created. Some even suggest insurance companies lobbied to make such acts officially punishable, to reduce liability from absurd behavior. Driving blindfolded isn't just reckless, it's outright deadly. Police training manuals listed alongside DUIs and texting while driving. In fact, in a 2018 Alabama safety training video, instructors noted, "The moment you limit a driver's visibility, you're weaponizing a vehicle." Blindfolded driving is treated as a deliberate act of negligence, and even attempting it, for a prank or viral video, could lead to felony charges depending on the damage caused. In 2019, the infamous Bird Box Challenge exploded across social media. Inspired by the Netflix film Bird Box, people began doing things blindfolded, including driving. In Utah, a teenage girl tried it, crashed her SUV, and ended up all over the news. Alabama, likely fearing the trend, doubled down on messaging. This isn't just stupid, it's illegal. Social media has amplified these absurd acts, making older laws feel relevant again. Let's step out of Alabama for a minute. Here are some real traffic-related laws still active in other U.S. states. California. You can't jump out of a car at 65 miles per hour. Georgia. You can't drive through playgrounds. Florida. It's illegal to tie an elephant to a parking meter unless you pay the fee. Oklahoma. Reading comic books while driving is forbidden. Massachusetts. You can't drive with a gorilla in the back seat. These laws might seem hilarious, but they all originated from someone actually trying it. These laws tell us more than you think. They're part of a legal culture that says, if you can imagine it, someone has already tried it. Many experts call them symbolic laws, not to be enforced every day, but to set a boundary. In a way, these bizarre laws reflect our deepest fears. Technology outpacing wisdom, common sense being ignored, freedom turning into foolishness. We spoke to officers who said they've had to pull over people doing TikTok challenges, filming themselves while doing dangerous stunts. Some local police departments even publish public warnings about the consequences, not just to educate, but to legally document the warning in case of future crimes. Alabama's law may sound funny, but it's backed by real risk. Alabama has a high rate of rural speeding, illegal drag racing, and historically ranks in the top 10 states for traffic fatalities. This could explain why Alabama lawmakers felt it necessary to over-legislate risky behavior, even blindfolds. In some counties, there were even local ordinances banning headwear that obstructs view, targeted not just at blindfolds, but at masks and costume gear. So now you know, driving blindfolded in Alabama isn't just reckless, it's historically weird and legally serious. From viral challenges to bizarre state laws, America never runs out of strange legal stories. Want more? Hit that subscribe, like, and comment your state's weirdest law. We might feature it in our next video. Thanks for watching Fact Fuel USA, where the facts are weird, but the truth